Gimmick infringement's bad. Like Colby. Colby has a lot of gimmick infringement. He's not smart enough to think anything for himself. What's up?
Ben, did you see Sajara Eubanks on the way into the
I watched like the first minute and then I went upstairs, so I did not see her fight. No.
How you feeling, Ben? You seem like you're on cloud nine, man.
I'm great. Yeah, obviously I didn't know if this opportunity would ever present itself to me. We had the free agency period in 2013. Haven't really had another opportunity since then for something like this to happen. And I love challenges, and that was like one of the most annoying things people say. Oh, I don't want the challenge. Like that is like literally the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I can remember being in 7th, 8th grade, 9th grade, being like, "Hey, Dad, I know this kid's ranked like 3rd in the country in Illinois. We need to go wrestling this weekend. Let's go." And so that's been my life. And so now to get the opportunity to fight these guys that are ranked above me, yeah, I am on cloud nine. I'm so excited for the challenge, and that's like from the heart, right? I can't wait to do this.
And you met with the UFC this weekend, right?
Not really, but I think the deal's done. My manager took care of it.
Have you signed anything yet? Or?
I've not signed anything yet. I'm going to though, pretty soon, I believe.
When do you think you'll fight?
I don't know. Probably not too long. I wouldn't assume. Maybe early. Probably not before the New Year's. Probably early next year sometime. I would guess.
First quarter.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. When I retired, I said it and I meant it. I haven't been training striking or jiu-jitsu since last November when I retired. I was going to do, and maybe still am, going to do a wrestling tournament in December. So I started training on September 1st for that. My weights came down significantly. I'm in pretty good shape. And so, this all kind of happened like a whirlwind. It was like, boom, bam, pow, hey, let's go fight. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, all right. And then, we got to work out the date, but I'm sure it's not going to be too long.
Did you hear Dana get booed yesterday when they asked?
I wanted to see video of it, but I even put on Twitter, someone sent me a video, and no one sent me the video. Yeah.
He answered anyway, but he got booed when he declined.
That's, well, when the people are waiting. I came in here, and I told them upstairs, it was like 19,000 old friends. Everyone's high-fiving me, saying it's about time, let's go, this is long overdue. And it's just funny because I think, if you go a long time back, I was not a fan favorite at all. And now people have kind of followed my journey, and they see the struggle, and they see the perseverance I've had, and they can relate to that, right? And they love it, and they want to see what's going to happen next.
You haven't seen Dana yet?
I have not. Where is he at?
Cage site.
I didn't see him. I was over there.
Maybe before the end of the night?
I would hope so, yeah. Yeah, listen, I don't hold grudges, so I'm open to clear anything that we had in the past. Obviously, I'm fighting here, and if he doesn't want to be friends, and I can make him some money, and he can give me some good fights, then we can be mutually beneficial to each other.
Are you still blocked?
Let me check. I was yesterday. We'll go live checking. All right, I can take next question while I'm checking. I'm a good multitasker.
Do you think those boos yesterday were more about him not addressing you, or about them, moving to meet your shots?
Still blocked. No, why would you? DJ wanted to go, right? This kind of all started snowballing at his request. He wanted to go, so that was kind of what made it all start. So, no, I don't think if any fan has been actually following this, I don't think they feel that way. I think it's because, hey, listen, the news broke last, Thursday, Friday, sometime, not 2 days ago, but 8 days ago or 9 days ago. And it's like, and I put this on Twitter, it's like, I got that girlfriend, and all my friends know about her, but I'm still a little embarrassed. I won't say yeah, that's my girlfriend. That's kind of what it's like. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. What are they waiting on? I don't know what they're waiting on. It's ridiculous.
You've narrowed your list down to potential opponents?
No, I'm ready to kick the whole division's ass. No, take Tyron Woodley out, anybody else. And I put a whole list of them. There's so many bums in this division that I want to beat up. Colby would be number one on my list. He's probably going to fight Tyron, so I can't. He's very, very, oh man. I was talking about gimmick. I don't even think he's got that on camera. I was talking about gimmick infringement. He just takes the lowest common denominator of everything, and he does that because he can't think of any of his own material. It's so pathetic. And then beyond that, he's not a very good fighter. His wrestling significantly inferior to mine. Who's number two? Help me out. Oh, Till. Till, listen, they told Till I was coming. He said, damn, he's coming. I'm a middleweight. He moved up a weight class because I joined the division. Can you imagine that? This man said, Ben Askren's going to be at welterweight. Damn. And he starts stuffing his face over there. And where does he live? London? Liverpool. He's in Liverpool just stuffing his. What do they eat over there?
Fish and chips.
Fish and chips all day long. Fish and chips. I'm a middleweight now. Number 3, he's busy, Dos Anjos. And number 4 and 5, listen, I don't really have any issue with these guys, but I'm here to fight people. And so, Thompson seems like a nice guy. Friday's not going to work on me, so he can try it, whatever. And Lawler, he seems like a nice guy too. I actually like him, but I'll fight him. No big deal. So, I hope they give me someone high ranked. I picked on Till because he's the highest ranked guy available. He's ranked number 2. And we all know, obviously, my dream fight would be George, but George won't even answer Twitter, let alone get in the cage. So who knows what he's doing?
What about the Diaz brothers?
Oh, they're too high. I don't think they even realize what's going on right now. I think they smoke so much weed that they don't realize I'm calling them out. That's it.
Would you move
both of them?
Would you move to 165 if the weight class came to be?
I think 165 is going to happen. 165 and 75. Me and Tyron both hold a belt, and whichever way he wants to go, I'll go the other way. I can comfortably fight either one of those divisions. I think everyone wants it. I think it provides, from a business opportunity, right? Not just from me as a fighter. If I'm looking at it from a business opportunity, you now have, and they're talking about doing with the flyweight, but for the time being, you have an extra belt, right? And the other thing is it provides a lot of chances for super fight opportunities. I mean, how many times have we had a sitting champion at one of those weight classes, 55, 75, 70, or 85, go to fight another one? And I think the answer is 0. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I believe the answer is 0. And so I think if you change 55, 65, 75, 85, man, that's a lot easier to move around. And I just know for myself, like, I'm a 70-pounder. I can't make 50. I can't do it. I made 63, 163 for the Olympics. I can't go lower than that. 185, I'm tiny up there, right? So I'm stuck. And that's a 30-pound gap, so it's not like that's a small gap. Now, if you go 65, 75, I can make both of those. And I think you'd have like a Calvin Gastelum could probably make a 75 and 85. You got a Khabib could fight 55, 65, right? And so you're going to have more of these super fights, more interdivisional stuff, which is good because what fans want to see, and one of the intrigue behind me is that they want to see shit they haven't seen before. And when you see the same guys fight over and over and over again, it's boring. We know what's going to happen. So we want to see things that we have not seen before. And it's one of the intrigues behind me. And I think if you created 55, 65, 75, 85, you would have a lot more of that happening.
When you retired, you said, I'm retiring.
You were there, Jim.
Yeah, I was.
That was a good trip. We had so much fun.
It was good. You retired with the caveat that you would only come back if you could prove you're the best in the world.
Yes.
So what is that kind of journey to proving you're the best in the world?
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not going to take too long. I'm hoping, it's, obviously I'm not going to get Tyron as a champion, so we're not going to fight. They're not going to give me Khabib. That would be fantastic if they did that, but I don't foresee that happening. George is retired from Twitter also, except for his Halloween costume. That was kind of cute, right? I mean, but he's not responding to anything else. And so I'm going to get someone in the top 5, and then where do you go from there? I can only go up from there. I can't go down, right? When I beat him up, I'm going to go up, and then there's not very far to the top. It's just a little ways. So, yeah, hopefully it won't.
Who do you think is the realistic guy? Who do you reckon they're going to give them? If you're
well, I think it's 3, right? It's I said Till, Thompson, and Lawler. Till took himself out of the running because he ate too much food.
He's been calling you out, though.
No, well, yeah, publicly, but then privately he's pretty scared.
How do you know that?
I promise. I just know these things. I promise you. Listen, there's one, Jim, you know me. There's one thing I do. I will not lie. That is factual. Darren Till does not want a piece of me. Okay, that is completely factual. So you have Thompson and Lawler. They both have open dance cards. I will take either one of them.
McGregor said he supports the 165 division and that he'd probably want to fight there at some point. Would you fight him at 165?
It's probably one of the few things we agree on. Listen, Conor has so much money. And, this dum-dum, I don't even know what his welterweight, this was some other welterweight. He said, like, your style's, no, it doesn't scare anyone. Listen, yes, it does. The last thing someone who walks around like a tough guy and fights in a cage for a living wants to do is be completely emasculated. And that's what I do to you. Listen, I hold you down for as long as I want. I punch you as many times as you want, and there's not an effing thing you can do about it. And that is so completely emasculating. That steals your manhood. That is a feeling that none of those guys ever want to feel in their life. And Conor has enough money where he would never risk that.
How do you think a fight between you and Khabib would go if you do get matched up with him?
That's going to be a blast. I hope it happens. I think I am Khabib, just a little better, a little bigger, a little funkier. That's it.
I'm sorry. What do you think is different now with the UFC? Why do they want you now and they didn't want you?
Well, listen, I got my suspicions why they didn't want me a few years ago, but I don't have a real answer. So that's something you got to ask somebody else. A marketable fighter who I think I can speak pretty well. I mean, my English is fairly good. Who's 12-0, who's an Olympian, who's an NCAA champion. That seems like a no-brainer, slam dunk, right? But for some reason they passed. Again, I have my suspicions. I can't tell you for sure. You got to ask other people that question. So I think what happened now was their hand was kind of forced. I mean, if you guys were following any kind of social media, Joe Rogan did a big part by having me on the show, and it's like, in snippets you can get a certain version of me, and when people very high up with a lot of push and a lot of followers are saying things that aren't true about me, you can get a certain version of me. When you get me talking for 2 hours, you realize this is like a normal, likable, hardworking guy. There's really not much to dislike about this guy, and that's what people saw. And people saw that side of me, and then there was just this push. And I think the second thing that compounds that is that I'm 18-0, right? That's a weird ending to the story, since I haven't fought anyone. I'm ranked 6 to 8. I haven't fought anyone above me. That's a weird ending to the story. People want the story to end, right? They don't want to read halfway through the book and then the rest of the book gets burned. I guess I'm done. They don't want that, right? They want to know what else happens. And so those two things compounded together made for this to happen. It was the people.
Can you please explain this shirt? It's a fantastic shirt.
Yeah, well, so okay, so
young Ben Askren on the shirt.
this is I think I'm 17 or 18. So it's really funny. This was the first shirt, not this specific shirt. My buddy back in 2000 and we're going way back, 7 when I graduated. He came over the Sunday before NCAAs, and he had he's hilarious. His name's Marcus. He had cut out my head, and he had freaking sponge stamped it onto a T-shirt. And he wore it. He made 5 of his buddy. Him and the buddies wore it to the NCAA championship. He had so many requests. We sold 1,000 of them that summer. For college kids, that's some decent change, And then so now there's been a few incarnations of it since then, and I got to represent, right? If UFC ain't gonna give me press, Dana ain't gonna give me press, I'm gonna give myself press.
Is it a Rudis shirt?
This is a Rudis shirt, greatest brand in wrestling.
That's all.
Will we see this hairstyle grown out again?
Oh, I'm too old and mature for this now. Come on, that's younger me. I couldn't do it again.
Then what wrestling tournament were you planning on doing?
I was going to do the Midlands. And depending on my fight date, I'm still going to push to be able to do it. I love wrestling. I missed it. I haven't wrestled a folk style match since 2007. And the guy that who's ranked #1 in the country was also going to be at that tournament. He's really, really good, and so I was kind of, interested to see how I would still fare, because he's not only good for the collegiate level, he was the runner-up to make the world team, and then the guy who actually made the world team above him, he won the world championships in the United States. So he's really, really good. So I was looking forward to that. Depending on my fight date, I really hope I can still make it happen. My weights came way down. My wrestling's pretty on point right now, so we'll see.
Ben, are you going to be making more?
Two more questions.
Are you going to be making more money with the UFC with this new contract than you were with one?
Am I supposed to comment on that?
Absolutely.
Very honest there.
You said you never lie.
I didn't say answer every question, though. Yeah, I would say so.
Lastly, just I guess what's the message to the rest of the welterweight division who are going to be watching this?
I think I gave them the message 40 times on Twitter, and these dum-dums are too stupid to respond. They're all scared. They're shaking their boots. It's been it's like one of those old cowboy movies, And you got your guns drawn, and you got you got you a little pumped up. You want to walk into town, you're ready to start shooting everybody and fighting. You walk into town, and all of a sudden there's nobody there. And you're like, whoa, whoa, whoa! 2 months ago, everyone out here was getting pretty lippy. Now I come to town, and I can't find anybody. That's what it's like. Step up.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, you guys got it.